All right, guys, welcome back to the Sayin Society. You have yourself Jachik, Justman, and Jagad.
Yo.
It's our weekly anime and manga discussion, episode 75. 75.
And we actually got sponsored by Coke here today.
No,
That's not
true at all.
But if you do want to Coke, we are willing.
I'm down.
Yeah.
I'll take a tub.
Anyway, so we're going to talk about One Piece manga, anime, Jujutsu Kaisen, Code Geass,
D.Gray Man, My Hero,
Black Clover.
At the end of an era right there.
There's like a bunch.
I don't know how people are going to move on from that.
Yeah, we'll get into it. So, One Piece.
Maybe some MCU news, a little bit of that.
Oh, there's a lot.
Sure. So, anyways, we're going into One Piece. Chapter 1122, I think. Or 20. Yeah. I do not recall.
We did 1121 last time.
Oh, so 1123.
And did we miss? We didn't miss two chapters because
That's the number.
23 should be coming out this week.
1122. 1122.
Yeah, 23 should be coming out this week. So
you are correct.
yes, sir.
Let's talk about the cover page.
Nice
I'm sure everyone's been talking about the cover page. I'm sure everyone's seen this by now, but basically, the cover page was that's crazy, yo. We're having a whole ass we're having a whole ass podcast here. Like, what are you doing, man? Like, bro,
Samsung, we will take a sponsorship as well.
Any sponsorship.
So the cover page is Smoker, like it's Oda drawing Smoker, but it says like
the same way that My Hero Academia's guy
does it
drew Smoker back when he was like 14
no,
or
so when he's like 14,
something.
he sent in art submission.
Oh, that's why I've been
Oda.
seeing it on Twitter. Where it's like
he
a side by
sent it
side
in,
of Smoker.
and Oda like made it like a cover art page
It's like
back then, and then now he became his own mangaka, and his manga ended, and he's like, yo, as like a tribute to
the
that,
end. Yeah.
he like recreated it and shit. Yeah.
That's kind of gangster, bro.
That's so gangster. Anyways, getting into the chapter. What are you guys' thoughts?
So like,
sorry,
I haven't watched or listened to the pod that you guys did.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, last time?
Yeah, but I looked at the title.
Yeah.
And it said Shanks saves the plot. Reference?
Yeah. The plot holes.
What's the reference to?
So, the twin theory.
Oh, it was the twin theory.
So, you remember how...
okay.
So, you didn't peep the... So, basically, last week, I'll do a quick little overview.
Yeah.
There's that theory that Shanks' twin is actually that like grayed out guy, because you know how they showed you like the end of One Piece, like all the main characters from that double spread.
Yeah.
He was that one shadowy figure that kind of looks like Shanks, and the sword kind of looks like Shanks' sword.
Right.
But it wouldn't make sense to have like a double panel of Shanks because he was already like part of the other four.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So then there was that theory that he's actually a twin, and then to further go into it, when Shanks is supposedly having his meeting with the Gorosei, they don't actually name drop him as Shanks. They're just like, yo, because it's you.
Yeah.
And when you see him like with his hood on and stuff, you don't see the scars.
Yeah.
So then it's like, yo, what if that's not actually Shanks? So then like that whole issue of like, why did the Gorosei just leave Shanks like running around in the belt?
Yeah.
What if it's like he doesn't actually have the power that we thought he had? Like
the
you know
move, like the
you know what I'm
like,
saying?
Yeah. No, like his like authority over the government is not what it was. Like, he's actually just a pirate.
And then
all who we saw was his twin.
And then to go even deeper into it with like,
but then
with Figureland, like, you know, like Shanks was in the treasure chest.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what if like Figureland's like very like stern, and he's kind of like, it's like a succession war. Like only like whoever has the strongest power level, like on some.
He was like the mutt.
Yeah, and so he was trying to get rid of Shanks, and then like maybe his mom was like, let me save him real quick, throw him in treasure chest.
Okay.
Right.
But like, even if it's like a twin, wouldn't that still be problematic because it's a twin? They're identical.
Yeah, I know, but but then Jachik was saying like, what if that's actually like his dad, or like, because what if Figureland's actually his grandpa? We actually don't know how the lineage connects there, right?
Yeah.
And
so, but it opens it up a little, right?
And the thing is, like, because of like Shanks' origin was kind of unknown, right? Like, what if they were like, yo, maybe he's just a pirate that just looks like him? Do you know what I mean? Like, like you have pirates that look like pirates. Like people, you have like, you know.
But Shanks is pretty distinct.
But he's a scar, right? Yeah. So then you think that, like, the scar could have been enough to throw them off and be like, oh yeah, maybe that's not like they look.
And it's also a matter of like, do they still look alike now that like, because Shanks didn't really make a name for himself until he actually became like fully grown, right? Like he was just a little youngin' on like Roger's ship.
crew.
Nobody really knew him. So like he might look way different, especially like how his hairstyle is and shit. It might be totally different.
Yeah, like hairstyle, scar, and facial hair. That's enough to differentiate you, right?
Yeah, as a twin, like you could look totally different with that.
I guess, yeah.
Because even like in that panel, the guy looks clean shaved. He doesn't have like stubble or anything.
I
don't look because you just get.
I
Like,
thought he was bearded.
I thought we just saw a sword.
No, because you see like a small section of this.
Are you sure?
And then you get like the sword, like it's
Okay, yeah.
You barely get like
Yeah.
So I was like, it's a theory that's like I'd be cool with it, but I hope it's a different thing. That's just a way to like explain the other issues that we already had. Yeah. That's why I liked it.
Okay.
But getting into the chapter.
So Joy Boy's not a giant?
No, that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's actually kind of wild.
Like whose hat is that then?
Yeah.
So that's like a potentially a Joy Boy that happened like after Joy Boy, like another like Luffy situation,
or maybe prior.
Maybe
it's Nika's hat.
Maybe
Oh.
yeah, because Nika could be the huge one.
Yeah.
Or Straw Hats could have just been like a whole different symbol before.
The D.
Yeah, like maybe the D clan just has Straw Hats.
Maybe.
Right. And that's what I was talking about last time.
Yeah.
You weren't here last time because we had that whole conversation off pod about like like why don't people just steal the D name if it means like this?
Yeah.
And then like with the Clover situation, it kind of explains that.
Yeah.
Because I don't.
It's kind of funny that like we had the conversation.
Yeah.
And then like the week later or 2 weeks later,
they like addressed it.
Yeah.
So like because on the pod when we were talking, we were kind of saying how like it didn't add any more substance to Clovis's character.
Yeah.
It was kind of just like a waste of screen time for him. So I kind of like. Given our conversation now, it's like at least that gives an explanation as to why people weren't just like taking on that like moniker, and they were just kind of like, if anything, they were hiding it on purpose.
Yeah.
Anyways,
but no, Joy Boy, kind of crazy that he's not a giant. Everyone thought he was a giant. It also like the silhouette.
I'm cool with it.
With the silhouette though, it's kind of hard to see, but
he looked Luffy size.
And it looked like he had a peg leg, but maybe that could have been the
people
angle,
were saying that
the angle of his foot.
I don't know if that's a return off, but like if he looks like a classic pirate, that's all good.
Yeah,
because
like
technically he's the first pirate, so like has the peg leg, maybe even like a hook arm. Like he looks like Captain Hook or something from like Peter Pan. Like I don't know. That's fine.
Right there. That's what. Yeah.
No, he does look like he has a peg leg.
Yeah.
That's like. I don't know. I don't think that's an angle thing.
It could be the angle too.
You think so?
It could. Yeah.
But it's just the thing is this chapter was just insane.
Especially when like because given like the full panel, like of that. Yeah, because it kind of looks like there's an ankle at the bottom there, like his foot's like facing like. That's why it's kind of because a peg would like round out at the bottom.
Depends on the peg.
I feel like this one's more indicative of him not even having a peg. It looks like his pants are like covering his.
Yeah,
leg.
That's what it looks like. But crazy. Was it Emeth? Emeth. His.
I think that's like a angel name or something too.
Oh, is it?
I think so.
Emeth, his like final, I guess, thing was untying this knot. Hey.
Yeah, that like conversation we were having.
Yeah.
But it's like he had like a pocket hockey, bro. Like,
first of all, you know how crazy that is?
Because like think about how
completely changes everything in One Piece.
Because think about how long he's holding on to it for, and how it was able to transcend that long without like withering away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like how were you able to hold hockey for that long?
For 800 years.
Yeah.
Like the fact that you can store hockey.
Now
is a game changer,
but like,
bro.
They had shown that in Wano through his retainers.
Odin? Yeah,
his
kind
retainers.
of.
When they were hitting him, they were using his hockey, and like everyone was like, "What the fuck? How is that even like a thing?" Right?
Yeah.
And that like never sat well with me too.
Yeah,
so like,
but this is a complete game changer.
Yeah.
In all the Straw Hats, and what I mean by that,
because they can have Luffy's
exactly
hold it down for like a situation when they need to get out.
Bro, are you telling me, bro, you don't just give Usopp Luffy's advanced Conqueror's hockey infused into his fucking pebbles or whatever the fuck he's shooting out? GG's whoever the fuck. With plus his observational hockey, he doesn't even need to. He just like ping.
If they can use it, they can use it to that extent.
That's what I'm saying.
Because like Emeth is holding on to like just pure like Conqueror's hockey as just like a. Let me just drop this bomb and just fucking
like a nuke.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So like, it depends if they can use it in that way, because like the scabbers were able to apply it to their swords.
Yeah.
But they were like, I guess it depends on that relationship they had, if they can.
But it was
You
crazy
know.
that it was in like a knot too, right? Because everyone was making that, like Twitter was talking about how Nami's
Thundercloud knot stuff that
yeah,
she learned
that
from
she got
Weatheria.
from Weatheria. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like similar, and this is like a kind of a nod to that. Like it
Okay.
was controlling the weather, and then this is like knots for like hockey or something.
Yeah, I'm pretty interested to see how he's gonna make that work, and like, yeah, because why didn't anyone else do it?
Like store hockey like that.
Yeah, because like the Scabbards didn't mean to like. For them it was kind of like.
Do you think?
I actually
maybe,
don't even know how the fuck that works.
Do you think maybe that's
But
how?
it's kind of like. Yeah.
Do you think maybe that's how black blades work?
What do you mean?
Like hockey stored in them,
Well,
and then
that was like my
presumption.
presumption.
You'd like release it, and now the blade's no longer black.
Hmm.
Like the same way how he
No,
did like a one-time like explosion, you'd release all the hockey in the blade, and the blade would turn back to
still,
being normal.
I'm still sitting on that Zoro theory of like beating death, like that whole thing that
Okay.
that whole
Yeah.
conversation we had
Yeah,
a few
yeah.
pods ago. I'm still kind of like banking on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but this is a cool like, because is it all types of hockey? Is it only conquerors? Is it armament? Like how do you?
Well, I think his was Conquerors, right? It didn't
Yeah.
have to be Joy Boys.
yeah. That's what
Yeah,
I'm saying
yeah.
is like, how does Oda take this forward? Is like,
But it,
can you? Because Nami has like the knot technology.
yeah.
How does he like take this further?
No,
Like,
no, that's true. And like,
does he
apply
give
it.
him observation real quick?
But
Is that
it's-
even like how? Also, how crazy does your hockey have to be to even like get to that point of where they can store it?
in
Or
something?
can anyone just?
Yeah.
Store
But
it?
also,
like
just
so many questions. Bro.
unleashing his hockey was enough for all the Gorosei to just get pulled back.
Yeah, that was insane.
Like
That was
Emu
insane,
felt
bro.
it. Emu felt the hockey, started shivering, and then that was the other thing I want to
I
talk
swear,
about.
it felt like it made him go on his knees, right?
Yeah. He dropped
Yeah,
his
yeah,
ass.
yeah. And so then what I was wondering was like, okay, did Emu pull the Gorosei back, or did they get canceled out and just sent back? Because when you see them back on the Holy Land,
Yeah.
there's like a circle under their feet.
I
Like,
think whatever Emu did, like Emu sent them out, and he was like kind of like an astral projection or
like
something.
watching them or whatever.
Like he was like the gateway to send them out, but the reason why they could like regen and stuff is because it wasn't like really their bodies, and maybe that was kind of nerfing how strong they were, because we were kind of having issues of like the Gorosei like being kind of handled by
Yeah.
like Year 5
But-
Luffy already,
Yeah.
and like also like just like Sanji, Zoro guys all being able to like just tank certain attacks and whatever.
Yeah.
So maybe like him sending them over, like it's kind of like a Bankai. You know when like they come into like Society, they have to, or out of Society, they have to put like that patch on
Yeah.
to like nerf them a little bit.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. So then like because he did that,
But the thing is, so they all not all of them get sent back.
yeah, Saturn's still there.
Saturn's
Yeah,
still
because he didn't come through the portal,
there.
right? He came via
He actually
ship.
pulled up.
Yeah,
he
yeah,
actually
yeah.
pulled
So
up,
then,
yeah.
so then it must have been through Emu. Right?
that like they sent
But
them.
the
Yeah.
other thing is, in that like wherever Emu is, like that garden or wherever the fuck, there's Emu falling, and there's another
Another
figure.
person that
There's
like
another
runs
person
to
that like
Emu.
runs to like save or like be like, you know.
Well, he's kind of like
An
'cause
attendant
he's
or
kind of like, yeah, he's
something.
like an attendant. He's like shook.
But,
He's
like,
like, oh
who?
no, you fell.
But it's also
you
a
know.
dark figure.
Yeah, it
too.
was also
we
a dark
don't know Who
figure.
the fuck that is?
It's probably a Holy Knight, maybe. But
We've been assuming.
also the one that Luffy sent flying earlier
Yeah.
was already sitting down. Like he didn't
Yeah.
he didn't just emerge from the circle. It's like
He was already, like, out there.
was
yeah, like he already
So
got,
the-
so maybe it's like more of like a
area of effect.
yeah, like the summoning circle it was on Egghead, so they can't stray too far from it. So when
Oh.
Luffy sent him flying, it like took him out of that like area,
Oh.
and he fully got summoned back.
Right.
I think
Maybe.
that
But,
that also makes sense. to
Saturn
me.
was regenning too, right? Like the thing is, Saturn came there on his own accord. So everyone who tanked anything from Saturn is valid.
That's true.
Everyone else,
That's
you could make
true.
the argument
That's
that
true.
no,
That's true.
right?
Yeah, that's fair.
So yeah, Chopper's just goaded. What do you mean, bro?
I didn't say anything.
No, yeah.
That was just a random like Chopper's
Because
got it.
he fucking tanked that shit, bro.
Yeah.
Like
No, it's,
like
I
who
mean,
the
it's all
fuck in the
good.
verse is doing that much? Like you know what I mean? Like it's kind of fucked.
Yeah, no, that okay. So then maybe they're not nerfed when they get sent through, but maybe it's more of like a location, like
Yeah,
if they're
yeah.
out of that
They're
proximity.
restricted, yeah.
That makes a lot more sense, because if you're able to just summon these portals like all around the world, like that's a good little like nerf to it of like
Mhm.
that's how you're restricted, right?
Yeah.
So like that's fair. That's fair.
I mean, I think the regen ability and everything with like how their bodies were like regenning.
Yeah.
I think it just still ties in with the power. I think the portal, whatever it is, and their own powers are all tied.
Okay.
The other thing is like, didn't we see Saturn fall into the water?
thought so, but I don't.
But like we see him like falling towards.
He was
the
on the
water.
worm.
No, we see
At
him
one
falling
point.
towards the water.
After
And-
the worm, like when
and then
you're talking about when Luffy and Bonnie do the double
yeah,
punch.
yeah. Does he not fall into the water? It looked like he's falling in the water, and I was like, "Oh,
Yeah,
so,
I don't
so,
remember.
so like again, we don't see him fall into the water, but if he did fall into the water and survive, that kind of confirms that they're not devil fruits.
He might have been because when we see Saturn after, he's no longer in his devil fruit form or devil form.
Yeah, yeah.
So then, like, he might have like because of how big he is, if he's falling, he might have gone back to his regular form and then, mid jumped.
What do we think that like about like,
anime shit, they do him jumping midair again. You know what I mean? Like, sorry, what?
do we still think there's like possible of angel fruits, devil fruits? No.
No.
I feel like no. I feel like there's a possibility like everything still. It's as much as like we want the story to like tie up. He's still finding like random new shit to like add in.
Throw in at us.
Yeah, and I feel like if it's something like power based, it's a little bit easier for you to throw that in rather than like new shit like brought in like from the like through like the world.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I'd still be open to that, but it's kind of like with the angels, where it's like where have they been? Like why are they?
Why is this the first time we're
Yeah,
seeing them?
it's
but
like
like what if there's
50
only,
other
like,
things. Now they have to
yeah,
build like
yeah.
a whole world behind
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Yeah. It's kind of like the like they're gonna obviously bring in like the film red stuff with that devil thing, that like the devil realm or whatever they did. So they're probably gonna add that back in.
Where
You know they're gonna do it. So like, it's kind of just like what a matter of when, right?
Yeah.
He's just so disbelief. He's like, fuck, man.
He's disgusting.
I just meant to bring up angel fruits, and now we're back at film red.
Now someone wrote film red, man. What the fuck?
is there anything else you guys want to say about the chapter?
No, that was like the biggest thing. And I'm not gonna lie. Like I know a few podcasts ago, I was talking about like how Emmett came as a robot and didn't really bring us much, but like they added so much of his personality in this one chapter.
Yeah.
Like him
Yeah.
talking to Joy Boy, like it was just the time that you needed me, and like the flashback. So and man, Oda always does that well. Flashbacks are always goated for him.
Yeah.
Never fucks that up.
Yeah. I just again like moving forward with the storing hockey, like it can literally be like like such a big game changer for all the Straw Hats. Like instead of having to give everyone Conqueror's hockey because that's where it was going, Luffy can just store shit for them and they can use that in like battle,
and you don't
which is great.
It's like a great way of like not having to forcefully give them plot armor.
No, exactly.
And also just like taper them up randomly. I mean, like, okay, now you're like Yonko level all of a sudden.
Because you can use
like
Luffy.
Luffy can like help make Zoro like
yeah.
actually stronger.
You're hilarious. You're hilarious.
Who
man.
said that?
Yo, Zoro can actually compete with Kid now.
You're hilarious. Yo, get the fuck out of here, man. Yo, get the fuck out of here, man. Yo, Kid ain't shit. Like, what? Dude, Zoro will take him without Conqueror's hockey, man.
Yeah, I mean, let's go. Luffy's gonna show him how to use a sword, right?
Sure.
Bro, he had a sword all of Wano.
Word,
Like,
That's
word,
facts.
word,
He
word,
did,
word.
yo.
He was holding on to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's Sabo, man?
That's a crazy direction to go. They're randomly.
No, because we saw him in bandages.
Oh, yeah.
Did we not? Like 2 chapters ago, he was sitting in bandages when the news is going on with Vagabond.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
That means he scuffled with them. That means he was in that, put in work.
No, that was just after Lucia when he ran away and
Oh,
killed
Yo,
him.
yeah.
fuck Kobe.
Yeah, where
Yo,
Fuck you.
when
That was a-
Kobe's like, "Yo, I need to
Stop you from getting the One
yeah.
Piece. The fact that he said Luffy and he stopped you at the yo, Luffy's on some crack shit, dude.
Yeah, fuck
I
you.
thought Kobe was gonna be like, yo, you're my guy, but like, not like, like okay, you know how Vegapunk gave his message of like, whoever gets the One Piece gets the truth.
Yeah.
The way Kobe said, "I need to stop you from getting the One Piece," is
Yeah.
like, I don't want the truth to be
get
revealed.
out. Yeah.
Which I'm like, that should not be
that's
you.
No, 100%.
Yeah.
And that's
also,
the context where you're like, yo, Kobe, why are you like that?
Also, you potentially got his grandpa killed.
Yeah.
Like, fuck
Yeah.
you, fucker. Like, you fucker.
Piece of shit.
Yeah. Like, why the fuck you gonna just be like, nah, let me
Yo.
take off the entire family?
Yo,
Like, the fuck? Yo.
Sabo's next, bro.
that's
Yeah.
wild, man. And Dragon.
Oh, word, yo.
And
Fucking
Dragon.
taking them all out.
Yeah. No, I was kind of hurt by Kobe there, but I'm there for the plot, you know?
No,
Like,
fuck Kobe.
like I want if that's Kobe's like character arc,
I don't know.
like I kind of, it better not just be thrown on us. Because if he really cares about justice, like he should have the truth out.
Yeah.
Like, what does Kobe know that like we don't know?
No, I don't think he
For
knows
him
shit.
to like, like nah,
Unless
man.
Garp's just giving him subtle
Mm.
pushes.
Yeah. But it also like the context to like the chapter before where you have the panel of like all the Marines when we were talking. I was like we know the Marines are the key players there, but it's like what do they have to do with the One Piece? Now it's like okay, they're just trying to stop whoever gets the One Piece.
Yeah.
Like as easy as that is.
I think maybe the reason why Kobe probably was like, "I need to stop him from getting the One Piece," is because he like to him the world's in order right now. And when someone reveals like the One Piece or finds the truth, it's gonna throw the world in such chaos and disarray that it's not gonna be like predictable.
But that's kind of fucked up in my opinion because Kobe's been in the One Piece journey as long as like Luffy has. Yeah, he's been off screen, but he's been doing his own terms of like just seeing things through his eyes. Yeah. Like he was there when they had the Reverie. Right. And you know, like you have he has the hero name now, like the title. Yeah. He's done like enough things, and like I feel like as much as like it's been off screen, it's like I thought he would be having like a similar progression as Luffy, as like
100%
learning about the world and how it really is treating people, and that even from the beginning when they fought Alex and Morgan, he knows that not all Navy Marines are like people. Proper.
No, 100%,
right?
100%.
So he's been following Luffy's journey too. Yeah. So it's like. You're the last guy that I expected to be saying that type of shit.
He should have said.
So like, I better get a really good character arc of like how there's this switch up of like what Kobe's idea of justice is and like what he believes in.
No, because he should have been like, "Yo, I'm gonna stop you, Blackbeard."
Yeah,
that's what he should have said.
Yeah.
You know what
out of everyone.
Out of everyone. But whatever.
No, fuck.
Or all pirates. Like I'm gonna stop all you guys. Like on some like big dick shit. Like ain't none of you guys touching the One Piece. And then you're like, "Alright, Kobe, sit down." Like you know that guy, bro.
No, fuck Luffy specifically. Yeah, bitch. What the fuck?
I think that was like the most shocking. Those were like the 3 most shocking things out of like the whole chapter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now we know that safely they'll be able to get to Elbaf though.
Yeah.
Right. Like, besides like whatever they have to do with Saturn, but I feel like I'm still on that boat that maybe Saturn dies. Since the beginning of Egghead, I've been on that boat that maybe Saturn dies, and especially now that like the rest of the Gorosei are out, and assuming that Imu doesn't have like the power in him to send them back out again, this is their time to just gangbang Saturn.
Who?
Hell yeah.
All of them.
They're gone.
What do you mean? Luffy guys.
Yeah, Luffy guys are gone.
Did they just run away? Did they run away by the end?
Burst.
They kudo the burst.
Oh, okay.
And
Blackbeard still.
Yeah, whoever's left.
Oh, we saw Blackbeard on screen.
No. I meant like, okay, you know how like during Egghead.
When?
In the chapter.
We did we?
Did we?
Yes.
Oh yeah, because I think he was replying. He was kind of like replying to it.
Oh no, he's talking about what's his name, Caribou.
Yeah, like whether you want to bring him or not.
Yeah.
And he's like, if his shit's trash, like we're gonna kill him.
Yeah.
But true. Van Ogre guys are still there, and with his warp fruit, like
Rob Lucci's there, kills him.
No.
Nah.
That's a cook take. No, but like Van Ogre, like because of how Oda did it, Van Ogre with the warp fruit, you can have Blackbeard come in and out of any situation whenever he feels like the plot needs it.
Yeah.
So we could still have that.
Yeah, that's true.
But I kind of talk like, can we get into anime territory?
Yeah. So One Piece anime.
So the anime shows you a little hint of like I think it was last episode where they show you the Blackbeard flag and they show you the ship, and I didn't realize the size of the ship because they have cannons and like like it's just logs. Yeah, but they have cannons inside of it. Where it's like. Yeah, I didn't realize it was just a big ass ship with just logs, bro.
he thought
it was like a dinky ass. No, I thought it was like a dinky ass thing, and they're just fucking going, bro.
You're hilarious, bro.
Because that's how it was. You know when they're first going after Luffy, like back in Skypiea? That's how their shit was, and they were just fucking in that bitch with like all the storm and everything is fucking them up, and I'm like, no way they're doing this again. And I was like, that's them. Like maybe that's just them.
It's
and then you
massive.
see it in the anime, I'm like, yeah, that shit's huge. Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of sick though. Still, like to like format your ship to just be like a big ass fucking log.
No, but they're the anime, bro. Let's talk about it, bro. Motherfucking.
Did you watch it?
I saw the
clip.
Shanks clip.
Did you see the Garp clip?
The Garp.
I didn't
clip.
see the Garp clip.
Oh my god, dude. So first of all, One Piece power scalers are fucking losing their minds, bro. Because Garp is Galaxy Impact, right?
Yeah.
So animation is fucking insane. But this is what happens. He jumps. So remember how we were like, yo, how did the ship get into the air? The way they animated it, bro. He fucking stands.
The force of his jump.
No.
Garp turns around, punches the air, and it just fucking.
It fucking sends him.
It just fucking.
But it's not even like that, bro. It's not even like that. The way it's
crazy.
animated, it's the swing of his fist. Like he turns around, swings his fist, and the wind from the swing is enough to just fucking send him away.
No,
and you're
that's
like,
insane,
yo,
Like I said, up and away.
but that's fucking insane. And no,
Yeah.
but here's the craziest part: is he jumps off the fucking ship, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, motherfucking Galaxy Impact, bro. When he's doing that, the animators went crazy and created a giant ass galaxy, like space and everything, and then it comes into his hand and he's fucking infused in hockey, and then he fucking blows this fucking shit up, right?
Yeah, it's
Bro,
kind of
One Piece
insane.
power scalers are like, yo, man's a universal.
Yeah, he's still not fast
Man.
enough.
Oh, that
He's
hit.
universal.
No, that I don't know what
Man's a
kind of power
universal.
skills you
They're like,
talking.
yo,
You looking
they're
at?
like, yo, no, because they're like, yo,
They can't actually be
because they're like,
claiming
yo,
that he's
One Piece
universal.
world is so big, bro. This guy's fucking universal, bro. They're doing this level of damage. Look at their damage he just did to fucking this island.
No, he merked out of town. He merked out the full town.
You know, like you
So
saw
yeah,
it.
the manga.
Yeah, the manga.
But he's still not.
Yeah.
Crazy. This is the anime only part, man. You're hilarious.
Oh, I'll bleep that. My fault.
Okay, but I was gonna say, like, I thought you meant with power scaling. People were talking about, like, during the Whitebeard War,
Oh yeah.
how, like, you actually didn't want Garp to step in
No,
because
you didn't.
the shit that he's doing now, like,
fucking
he would have
crazy.
rotated all you guys.
He literally after throws that fucking giant ass Galaxy Impact and just murks out everything. And the explosion is massive,
Wait.
bro. The explosion looked like when fucking Sukuna hit. He's like Fuga in Shibuya. The way the flames went up and shit.
Yeah.
That's the way the explosion like towered like a pillar and shit.
Wait. Whitebeard during the war or Garp?
Garp.
during the war.
Yeah.
Garp.
Whitebeard.
Like you don't think Whitebeard. But you
Oh,
don't
no,
think
Garp-
Whitebeard
Garp
would have
is-
been.
Garp is
You
so
think he would
strong,
just
man.
washed him? Like
Garp,
Whitebeard wouldn't have been able to do
Dude,
nothing.
Yo,
Akainu was putting in some damage on Whitebeard.
Yeah, but
and I
Whitebeard
feel
was
like
like fucked up. You know.
if we're talking
Yeah, I'm talking
prime,
like,
that's a whole
no,
different situation.
I'm talking like that time,
but like,
but not
but I
like
think-
stabbed up and shit.
yeah, Garp still.
Oh, not stabbed.
I think
Yeah, not
Garp
stabbed
still.
up.
I think Garp still.
I think Garp still takes it because Whitebeard was already like, I think Whitebeard was further in his life in terms of like
Yeah.
shit wrong with him.
Yeah.
That like he wasn't holding his own the way he used to.
Mm.
No,
So,
but
like,
I mean, that's
Garp-
pretty ballsy to show up to this
Yeah.
like marine fort. Where
Yeah.
You know, like
I
Garp's
think
gonna be there,
it's-
so and so's gonna be there, and you're gonna try to get Ace out of the situation. You know.
But again, Garp didn't step in.
The thing
No, I
is,
know,
man,
but like
the thing
but
is,
the
I
assumption
think-
would
I
have
think-
been that like this is who I'm going up against, right?
That
here's the
also
thing.
speaks to how
given,
strong.
I'm saying like given pound for pound, like
Yeah.
in a 1v1, I think Garp has that edge,
Yeah, Garp
especially from
wins.
like what we know from the manga.
Hmm.
But like with the Whitebeard, I feel like his destructive output and everything was like in terms of like you have to hit that little, there's like you have to hit that level where you can survive the shit that he does with his Quake Fruit. Like a lot of people are not surviving what he can do, what he can dish at you. And even when he like smacked like Akainu, like he
Yeah.
fucked him up.
Yeah.
So like, and I think Garp is above that. Where if they were just to go 1-for-1, like
That also speaks on like how strong Sengoku is fucking holding Garp down
yeah,
Yeah.
in the war. Because bro, that's what
okay,
I'm saying. Like this guy fucking just swung his fist, launched a fucking ship.
Yeah.
That's fucking
Honestly,
massive.
that's such a great moment in itself. Like Sengoku holding Garp down, just because like they're both two crazy ass like people in this world,
Beast-ass
and
dudes.
it's a way to like have them
out
written
of it.
out of it.
Yeah,
whether,
yeah.
you
But
know,
the thing is,
in a
dude,
proper
like
way.
that's what I mean. Like after he throws the punch, you see this devastating like area get destroyed on this island.
Yeah.
He's like, ah, damn, bro, I'm getting rusty.
Yeah, and then random ass pirates like. This guy
The
comes in
fuck?
here saying all this shit like, "Oh, I'm getting rusty, bitch ass."
Literally, they're like, yo,
He's like-
the
he's like, yo,
fuck you
this
mean
guy.
you're getting rusty?
Yeah, he
and
fucked
so
this
that's
guy.
what I mean.
You
Like,
have the audacity to say that. Fuck
and
you.
he's like, bro,
Yeah.
and it's like, bro, this guy in his prime was going toe to toe with fucking Roger.
Yeah.
So how fucking
But so was Whitebeard.
big of
So
a
it's like they're all kind of like in that
like,
range.
how
right?
big of a monster was this dude in his prime?
Yeah.
You know?
The only thing is like with Roger and Garp is like they didn't have Dela fruits at their benefit.
Yeah,
Where
yeah.
Whitebeard has that. So it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
So,
Like that's what I'm saying. Like bar for bar, like Garp is gonna beat him. at the end of it. Like,
I don't think,
it's not gonna be like he's not gonna maul him over.
What if
But it's
Whitebeard
like,
just destroys the world? He says, "Fuck it, quick fruit, destroy the world."
Okay.
Destroys the world. But I think
Garp's dead too. Fuck
I think Garp has the 6 power techniques, so he can moonwalk.
Yeah, if I can fly off to the moon, I'm gone.
No, but what I'm saying, what I was gonna say, was like, I think right now in terms of strength feats, like Garp's shown the most.
Okay.
Right? Like, have we seen anyone do more destructive output than Garp? Or like,
besides Whitebeard when he like was quaking the whole world.
yeah, well, not the whole world. It was
Bro,
like,
but he was like the seas were
Yeah, yeah.
like that was an earthquake.
But that's what I'm saying, like, in
that
terms
was
of
insane.
That was the earthquake,
like,
bro.
Yeah.
we haven't seen.
Shit.
That
we
was
haven't
crazy,
seen.
crazy shit. The shit's tilting. Yeah, like everything caving in.
But that's what I mean. Like, we
And that was
haven't
a
seen
whole
destructive output to this degree, and you're telling me like the shit that's coming next, bro. No, nobody should be surviving. Like he should be rolling everyone.
Well, that's why they're gonna nerf him pretty quick.
Yeah,
They always
we'll
have
see
to.
what happens.
Yeah.
And they
I
ended,
mean, we don't know his speed feats though yet.
Yeah,
yeah, we don't. they ended
that episode.
they ended the episode with LKG pulling up.
Yeah, and
Oh shit.
And Garp was like,
but also, what I just wanted to touch on was the girl he freezes.
yeah, Suru's
In the-
granddaughter.
Huh?
Suru's granddaughter.
Yeah, but in the manga, we didn't give a fuck about her.
yeah.
Right? I don't remember seeing the dialogue that she was having with Kobe. And then
Yeah.
in the anime, they really like showed that she like
you
has
care
a
a little
crush
bit more.
on Kobe. She's like shy around him and shit, and she like came specifically to
Yeah.
save him because she likes him.
Yeah,
But then
you have
she
her
got
like blushing
frozen
and
and shit.
everything.
They gave a sense of that in the manga, no?
Did they? I don't remember.
I
that,
think
you
I
know.
think because it's a manga, like you,
It's hard-
You,
it's harder to
you
tell.
run through it a little bit faster.
Yeah, fair.
So with the anime, you're sitting there just like, nah, I kind of fuck with it, you know. And then
Yeah,
also
yeah.
like, when you had that narrator thing of like, this is the granddaughter of Suru,
Yeah.
you're kind of like, okay, you kind of have expectations for her now.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Because that was
That's true.
that was something I forgot after like since we read it for so long.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
completely forgot who she was,
Mhm.
and then they showed that, and I was like, okay, no, that's like, you know, I want to see what she does. Yeah, I've been loving the anime so far.
Yeah, another episode this week, right?
Yeah. What do you want to talk about next? You want to talk about My Hero?
Sure.
Sure.
Let's
We
get
can-
into it.
End of
touch
an
on
era?
Yeah. So,
So Deku's a McDonald's worker?
is that true?
No.
No, he's
No,
not.
no.
He's not a.
He
McDonald's
became
worker.
he became a teacher at
UA.
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 Oh.
And then
But
at
like
the
what's
end,
crazy is the like I know people were saying that like it's
They're-
not saying that like he hasn't met up with like his classmates.
he
but,
said
like,
he said it was so hard to meet up with them.
but that's still kind of crazy. 8 years and like
It's like an 8-year time skip.
Yeah.
And like he's like, you know, a racer head.
Yeah.
He's like talking to him like, yo, you have to be stern with these guys because like if you're a hero in this day and age, like we don't need heroes anymore because of how like peaceful it is.
Yeah.
That like you have to be really fucking good to make it as a hero because
Yeah.
otherwise no agency's gonna pick you up or nothing.
Yeah.
Need you. And there's this like little kid that's like trying to become a hero still.
his quirk's like a little weird.
It's like shit. It's honestly shit. He
Yeah.
has like
Plates or
polka
something.
dots on his hair and he can send them. And he's kind of like everyone's talking shit to him like you ain't gonna do shit.
Can somebody just tell me real quick, what was the point of Mineta? Like, what the fuck was his character? What the fuck was his quirk? What did it do?
So you brought that up because like it's like Deku brings it up too, and he's like, yo, like you're kind of like this guy, and he starts over analyzing his power and he starts helping him, but he helps out, like he makes them sticky and shit, the balls, so he kind of like stops you in place.
Word, that's
It's decent.
That's pretty shit.
yeah.
But anyways,
Your man's horned up for what?
I'm not like, okay, a lot of people are hating on the ending, but
Yeah.
like reading like the past like 5-6 chapters, I thought it was a good flow to it. Like in terms of like Deku's character, like
Yeah.
everyone's making jokes like, yo, bro peaked in high school and shit. Like
Yeah, he did.
like you're right, but it's like the natural progression of like how he's like, honestly, like I never expected to even be a superhero because I never had powers.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Just to even be given the time of day to even like have that in my life, like I can, like I feel like his dialogue throughout the whole chapter was like yo, like that's proper. Like not once where you kind of like.
I don't think the dialogue was the issue. I think the whole issue is like actually like the way that they decided to do the fight, and then also the aftermath of it. I feel like Deku should have gotten mad spotlight even right now.
I feel like he should have got a statue.
No,
No,
100%.
100%.
Like because they had
No, for real.
because
Why-
they had an All Might statue.
There should have been
like
one
that
that-
kid was going up to be like, man, like I come here whenever I'm sad and shit.
Nah.
There should be
what?
a
And then
Deku one
Deku
that
was doing
people
the
are
same thing.
going to.
Yeah.
And like he should be right next to that. And that was like the one
Yeah.
thing that I was like, bro, like if you're
No,
gonna,
that's what I'm saying. And it was also like, why is this guy like? Granted, it's a different time, but like he's
Yeah.
still walking in public, and nobody's like really
Nobody even
recognizing
fucks
him
with him.
other than that
Yeah.
one kid
No.
that goes, "Wait,
Yeah.
you're that Deku." You're real?
Yeah.
Like, they don't even, like,
Yeah,
to
yeah.
him, it's, like, almost a myth.
Yeah.
Even though, like, Deku's, like, spotlight wasn't as long as All Might's, I feel like that, like, it's...
He saved the world, bro.
Yeah, he literally,
He
like...
did more than All Might.
I feel like they actually should have had it up there. That's actually... And the fact that he no longer has quirks and they're still allowing him to teach means, like, he has that shit down to a T of, like... You know, because that's, like, his character. He knows how to, like, boil down, like, quirks and how to use them properly, right?
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know. That's kind of crazy to me, too.
And then it took them 8 years to build a suit for him. Like
so
like
they built a suit
like
based on, like, All for One, where they would all, like, tap and give some of their powers, like, so he could use them.
Oh, okay.
And, like, fuck around with. But, like...
So he gets...
I don't... Like, the suit thing is kind of, like... You didn't need to have that. Because, like, especially the way his whole... Because he thought of it as such a bright chapter in his life. He wasn't, like, down in the dumps, like, man, I ain't nothing now. He's like, now that I... Like, and he's like, yo, now that I feel that, like, I've lived through that, I can confidently move on with, like, the rest of my life. Because, like, that's something that, like... Yeah, he was, like, passionate about. But, like, now it's, like, it's, like, a happy reminder to him of, like, who he is and stuff. Like, not, like... Man, I got nothing to live for. Like, fuck this. I'm off it.
But, like,
you know?
that's like the whole thing that I'm trying to say is, like, this chapter would have been great, and I think the whole ending would have sat better.
Yeah.
If he had that spotlight. Like, the statue, like, the world,
everyone,
loved him, whether it was in America or Japan.
Especially after, like, 8 years. Like, there's so much to cover in terms of, like, even that 8 years of what he did. Because they, I don't know if you saw it, but they came out with, like, a 0.5 chapter after it.
No.
And that 0.5 chapter is kind of like one of the last missions that, like, he went on with him and his squad. And it's like Bakugo's like, oh, like, you only have, like, the embers left, like, you're almost done with, like, All Might's power.
Yeah.
So, like, it's not like they weren't going on missions right after they beat Shigaraki. They kept going on stuff. So it's like he definitely should have had, like, a crazy influence in that 8-year gap.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, what? I don't care how, like, when he started teaching. There's influence because like the minute he lost his powers, he's probably a teacher then, and then he had the rest of, like, whenever.
No, but he's finishes high school at 17. Becomes a teacher at 18. You think?
Whenever his powers fade, because, like, All Might kept his powers since, like, if you go from the beginning of My Hero
to, like,
that's like 3 years, I think, right?
Yeah.
3 years.
2 years, I would say that. I'd say 2 years for sure.
So then you know that, like, Deku would have his powers for at least 2 years.
Should. But
maybe even longer.
The way Deku lost them was different than how All Might lost them.
I guess.
Because All Might had transferred them. Deku, like, lost them.
Well, Deku transferred it too.
But it was like the one by one, right? They all, like, disappeared, didn't they? Inside Shigaraki.
But you could also say because All for One, because One for All.
Because, like, the one was, like, through... okay, I guess.
Eating his hair.
So because like his power, you know how, like, they say, like, when it came to Deku, it kind of just, like, that was, like, the peak moment because I was like it matured.
Yeah.
Like the power itself matured.
Yeah.
You could say based on that like it would last on, like, in him longer. No.
Yeah.
Or not? No. Couldn't you say that it would last less?
Why?
Because it's too much of a strain on your body. Because it matured, that's so much power to put in a vessel that's not accustomed to that like it would last not as long.
But I'm saying after he transferred it, would it not last longer?
Why?
Because the power is at the peak of, like, it's ever been.
Yeah.
So that power takes a little bit longer for it to fade. You know what I'm saying?
I guess. But
you can see it both ways.
Yeah, because I'm saying wouldn't it be harder for his body to like, maintain it?
Okay. Either way, though, a 2-year time frame of, like, give or take, like, 6 months, whatever.
Sure.
2-year time frame of him still going on missions, still doing this thing, and then you have, like, him being a teacher for, like, 6 years.
Yeah.
You don't have a statue up?
That's what I'm saying.
That's crazy.
That's what cheesed me. Is like, why is he not, like, revered as highly as All Might? It's just one thing,
bro. Before the official drops or whatever, like, the volume drops, edit it. Throw the statue in there, bro.
Yeah.
Like, make that one fix up, and it's like, yo, like, he was recognized. Like, it's
like, that's my whole thing. Why is he not recognized?
It's kind of like when you got that Goku statue. Like,
It's like it's almost like Naruto not getting recognized as, like, the savior of the village when he defeated
Pain. Yeah. That's exactly what it would have been like.
Yeah.
He would have beat Pain. They would have just like started throwing Sakura.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when they picked they start throwing Sakura up. Like, you did it.
Yeah. No, it's exactly like that, and it's like as much as we've been hating on the ending, like, that was like at least that's a good ending. You throw that, like, statue up, that last chapter is a good ending, at least.
Give him his flowers, man. Like, give him his flowers.
Give him what he's deserved. Like, if I don't remember it well enough, but if you could go back to, like, the first season, watch and, like, read it, and, like, actually, like, see what his goal was as, like, a hero, and like, inspiring
but
hope
what's
and all
crazy-
that. Like it's like it goes right, it doubles
No,
right
but
into
what crazy
it.
is
Yeah.
like because he's narrating it from the future.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's
And
writing a
he's like,
book.
yo, this
Yes.
is how I became the world's greatest hero.
Yeah.
Like nobody else recognizes you
So
as
at
the
the
world's
end,
greatest.
so
Like you're the only guy.
in the last chapter, he kind of like changes it. And he's like, "This is how we became the greatest heroes."
Because he's writing a book or something.
Yeah.
That's
It
my
was
whole
my
thing.
Hero Academia.
That's what I'm
all
saying.
along.
It's like they like because like in the ending it was like he needed more help from like everybody else
Yeah.
in the fight where it should have like he at some point it should have just soloed. It should have just
Yeah.
been him and Shigaraki going at it
Yeah.
Yeah.
1v1 full 1v1.
Yeah.
Their mental games, everything that's being played, the
Mhm.
fucking like the them talking
Yeah,
to each
yeah,
other,
yeah,
all
yeah.
that should have just been them solo.
Yeah.
Deku should have gotten his flowers at the end and it should have stayed my hero.
Yeah.
Not
Hour.
or like I am the greatest hero. It still
Yeah.
should have stayed that way.
Mhm.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
like however you like it or not, if they
They
gave
went for like that really sappy, cheesy, like
all every
shit.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
I didn't like that. That didn't sit well.
Yeah, that's true. That's fair. I mean, it was already
It's
right.
done.
It was already.
but-
It's done. It was a write off already. Like
Yeah.
at a certain point.
Yeah.
So then
Like I checked out a long time ago.
yeah. But
Surprising.
like last 5 chapters actually weren't that bad. They had like they finished up certain things.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, end of an era. Even Black Clover is coming to an end.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
there?
I mean, just the latest chapter was like I don't even think it
When
related
did they drop it?
literally
Today?
today.
Oh man, you know
It-
how big of a Black Clover fan I am. I always be reading that. I'm
Yo,
a day one
They
fan.
literally like I feel like they haven't been like nothing's been, it's been so disconnected
100%.
since it went down to the G League.
Yeah.
Like, it's been
That's
no,
crazy,
it
yeah.
literally has
'Cause
though.
it's monthly, right? Or it's
4 months.
every 4 months.
Every 4 months, bro.
It's on to
that's
D.Gray Man
worse.
shit.
That's worse. It's
D.Gray Man, yeah.
D.Gray
It's, the
Man's
same,
every 3.
That's crazy.
it's 3.5.
It's 3. No, it's 3.
It's-
It's consistently every like bro.
okay, but
whatever,
at least,
we-
but at least,
yeah,
at
like-
least D.Gray Man, where it leaves off, it picks up right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Black Clover leaves off somewhere, picks off somewhere else, and you're
Yeah.
like, what the fuck
It
is
doesn't-
going on?
Even when you go back and reread the chapter, you're like, where the fuck is this now?
Exactly, bro. It literally just
Out of nowhere,
out
bro,
of
with the
nowhere,
Silvas.
bro.
I was like, what the fuck?
No.
Did we leave off with the Silvas?
We didn't. We definitely did not, bro. We were in the middle of war shit's going on. Then all of a sudden they're like, yo, we're gonna go talk about fucking Noelle and her family and her fighting her mom. And nothing fucking happens. And then they're like, no, but family. And then it's like, yo,
We're sorry. We were just jealous of you this whole time.
and then so they're like, all of us kids are gonna fight the mom now. That's it.
And that was the
like,
end of the
that's
chapter.
I love that for you guys.
Thanks, man.
What do you mean? You're day one fan. What are you talking about? You guys. You mean us guys.
Us guys.
Yeah.
I didn't
all
read the
of us.
chapter yet, so I'm okay.
But
Our
yeah.
Black Hole.
So this is where we will become the Wizard King.
Yeah.
It's gonna
Yeah.
be Asta and what's his name?
You know?
They're both
Yeah.
gonna become Wizard
Yeah,
Kings. They're
yeah.
gonna have divided
Well, they kinda
roles.
have. I feel like that they've like
No, because
established
one of
that
them's
from the
gonna do
beginning, right?
politics, the other one's just gonna be there.
the fighter.
Yeah. That's probably what's gonna happen.
Yeah, that makes sense. Us, I can't do no politics.
Anyways, let's talk about.
D.Gray Man, we mentioned it.
Do you want to talk about
Yeah.
right now? Or can I talk about some anime real quick?
Oh, you can talk about anime. Go for it.
Yeah.
So there's like a bunch of anime that came out like this season. What's up?
I finished Demon Slayer.
And
Oh yeah, and
Well,
that's anime that came out this season.
okay. It was pretty nice actually.
yeah,
I fucked with
Okay,
it, but
yeah.
I was like, certain parts I was getting. It was kind of funny.
it
I
was,
like
it was
that.
slow in like the first.
It was pretty slow, but they
4
did
episodes.
find ways to like add fights and like make it like entertaining.
Yeah.
And they definitely did a lot more for all the Hashiras in terms of like their character interactions, especially with Tanjiro
Yeah.
by the end of it. Because you watched it?
I haven't finished it, but I
Okay,
know what you're
'cause there's,
I'm
like,
at the,
like, he-
I'm at the big guy.
Like Tanjiro essentially found like every training section he went to,
Mm-hmm.
he found ways to like bond with each Hashira.
Yeah.
Like whatever hobby, like he actually like made that effort to train, and also like you kind of see how much he's like dusting all the other people around him because of like how locked in he is and how locked
He is basically Hashira.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So like I thought it was pretty nice seeing that progression, but like it was a full season of just training was just kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Like what the
What do you mean the anime was just like what 2 chapters? No.
manga?
The manga
The
is
manga,
like 3,
yeah.
2, 3.
I don't know. I don't recall, but it was short.
It was
definitely
short.
a lot shorter.
Yeah.
The
The
training
only
was
the
usually
only
shorter.
the only training that was like you could say longer was the with the Rock, the guy, the big guy.
Okay. Yeah.
That was the only one that like got like I feel like a little bit fleshed out in the manga. Well,
Yeah.
this one does it with like
Yeah.
every Hashira.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There's a couple Hashira that they kind of like speed run to fit it in with like I think within the 8 episodes that they wanted to do it.
Okay, yeah.
But like first episode's 40 minutes long.
Yeah.
8th episode's also 40 minutes long. So you have like it's basically like 10 episodes
Mhm.
worth of like just training.
Mm-hmm.
Like honestly, like I was with it though. Like
How'd you like the little 5-minute walk?
So that was a moment where I'm
Keep
like
precision?
I'm on the keyboard and I'm just like 10 second, 10 second, 10. I actually was skipping through it.
That's crazy.
Yo, cause I was just like cause I already saw the memes about it
Yeah.
and like I skipped through it hella and I'm like he's still walking and then I even like sometimes like something like a different dramatic effect would happen. I'd play it back and I'm like, okay, let me nah. And then I keep going and I kept going and then they started the last episode with it.
Yeah.
And then it was like the same 5-minute walk and I'm like, hey. And I'm literally just like, yo, like I'm happy I skipped that shit though. Holy fuck.
That's actually funny.
That was wild.
That's
That
actually
I
funny.
skipped it?
No, that it's a 10-minute
okay.
fucking walk. Like the
yeah,
fuck
no,
is that?
skip that shit.
That's actually hilarious.
There were sections like that, like in the anime that I was kind of just like, okay, I'm just gonna skip a little bit of this. Like, it was still a good watch though.
So there's an anime that came out this season that I feel like is probably like a hidden gem.
What's
It's
it
called The Wand and Sword of Wistoria.
Okay.
And I just like randomly stumbled
the
upon
wanted
it.
sword was
Wand and Sword, yeah.
wand and sword.
So it's a
Yeah,
fantasy
yeah.
thing.
Yeah. And it's like
It's not an isekai, is it?
no, it's not. I watched like the first episode and the animation was clean. And I was like, holy fuck, what is this animation, right?
Do you know studios doing it?
I don't know, but Justin could pull it up.
Oh, sorry. I started looking at like pictures
Yeah,
and
do you want to
shit.
what studio's doing it? Because I watched the first episode, it was clean. I'm like, okay, maybe just a first episode thing, right? To reel you in.
Mhm.
Bro, I'm like 5 episodes in. Each episode has just been clean as fuck.
What
Like
would you compare
it's
it
like
to?
the animation style.
Or even like in terms of how like
Nice it is.
how you'd rate it. Like you have Vinland, you have Fire Force, you have like Demon Slayer,
It's more
One Piece, like
okay,
Egghead. Like
so
you
the
have
animation
like,
is
sections.
more like Violet Evergarden.
Oh, that's clean.
It's more like that.
Okay.
Like
That's
because out of the ones you named,
Yeah.
none of them fit in like the like
Okay.
category.
But like
you
when
want
they're
to
doing their
say.
powers and stuff, because Violet Evergarden doesn't have.
No,
powers.
I know. So it's
So
like
what are they doing for that then? Like their animation style.
the animation studio. I don't know if you looked at
It
it.
is an anime television series adaptation produced by Octas and Bandai Namco Pictures.
Bro,
I've never
but
heard
the
of
animation
Octas.
is clean.
It
bro.
it does look kind of cool.
And like what it's about, I mean, what it's about is kind of basic, but basically like it's like a school of magic and like magic rules everything in this world.
And he's
and-
a swordsman.
And he's a swordsman. Like
Nice.
he has no magic powers. That's basically.
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Asta.
But like
Sorry.
He has
the
no
thing is-
magic powers.
No, but he's like
Wait, Asta?
no. But it's like different though. Like it's like a heavenly what's it called restriction. Where,
Jujutsu Kaisen Asta?
where like because he doesn't have magic, he's like
He's Toji.
Wait, he's
yeah.
Maki.
Huh?
Or
Maki has a sword.
Yeah, I guess he's more like Maki, you would say. But then he's like a nerd.
Maki's like new and improved Toji.
no, but he's not on that.
Sorry, buddy.
Anyways, he's not on that like like you know how like they're on that Black Air Force energy.
Mm.
He's more like no
Oh.
what?
I don't know.
He's more like yeah.
You fucker.
Yeah, dude.
That filter for real disappeared last week.
So
The 3 brain cells,
Yeah.
they rotted.
I'm about to finish a sentence where
so he's like what was I gonna say? Oh, yeah.
He's calm.
No, he's like a nerd,
Yeah,
and so he
calm.
like studies like magic.
why did
and
you bring a
everything.
Black Air Force energy then?
Because
Because
he doesn't have that.
They are, everybody else is
everyone else is on
yeah,
and he's
I'm
just like
he
he's just like a little.
yeah, like he'll get bullied and shit, but then he'll like show up, you know.
Okay.
But it's like interesting because it's like they have like this tower, and they have like a barrier that I guess protects the magical world,
Mhm.
and you have like the top 5 magic people, right? Like
Generals.
they're called like
Teachers.
they're called like the something.
Generals?
No, they're called like the something magna.
I already said that.
Oh, sorry.
They're called like the something magna, right? And everyone who's
The Knights?
everyone who's in like the school or in the like the world of magic wants to be those people,
Okay.
right? And so it's like these 5 people keep that barrier up.
Oh, you told me about that.
I did tell you about this. And so like basically to become one of those like top 5, you have to either get, it's like an X amount of credits in like the school, which is like the number is like some absurd number, or you have to create a new type of magic, right? And so like basically
sword magic.
His best friend, who's like this girl, she created like, it was like what, 30 types of new ice magic, and so she's up there. And it seems like
his best friend.
Yeah, and like he's up. But like she's up there. Like he's like,
yeah, but
you know what I mean. So he doesn't really care for anything. He's not even like, yo, I'm trying to do. He's just trying to smash.
He's a nerd trying to smash.
We got a Chainsaw Man, JJK.
Not like that. No.
Chainsaw Man, JJK, Black Clover.
No. He's not like Denji. Like he's just like, yo, I just want to be with her. You know,
he's more like Mineta.
He's a simp.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But anyways,
that's my loved one.
What?
That's like he's more like, that's my loved one.
Yeah, my loved one. Yeah. And so basically, it looks like all 5 of these people, they all excel in one element. Yeah. Right.
Makes sense.
But
pretty general.
In like the second most recent episode, they were hinting at that like what they're doing, like the barrier, is not something they can sustain, and once the barrier comes down,
they're fucked.
Like the evil outside is gonna come in, and they need to actually raise people to beyond at their standard.
Which is like some Hunter x Hunter Dark Continent shit.
Holy fuck, yo, wait.
Yeah.
Chainsaw Man, Black Clover, Jujutsu Kaisen, Hunter x Hunter.
Let's keep cooking.
Let's keep cooking. Keep talking. We'll get another one.
No, you only watched the first episode.
Huh? No, I watched 5.
Oh, okay. I thought you said you only watched the first.
No, I watched like 5.
We'll keep going. We'll get more out of you. We'll get a 5th.
Oh, okay. Where basically like he's like poor, right? He works like 2 jobs. He works as like delivering paper, and he works at a bar. And then every year there's like a tournament at the school, and he doesn't participate, but this year he's participating because this dude came to the bar and started like talking shit to like the dwarfs that work with him there. Okay. Yeah. And then he's like, yeah, fuck you, like I'm gonna fuck you up in the tournament. So now we have a tournament arc. Sick. So it's like what, fairy tale? I don't know, grand magic games. I was gonna say 7 Deadly Sins. 7 Deadly Sins too. Yeah.
I didn't want to disrespect it like that. So
that's what?
Which one didn't you want to disrespect? Because there's
the new one.
Okay. Yeah. Obviously. I mean, it's
a hidden gem you're saying though.
It looks very promising.
Cool.
Yeah.
Right, we'll check it out.
Yeah. Is there what else is going on? Because like I haven't been hearing any like anime buzz. You know.
No. There's the Harley Quinn and Joker isekai.
Oh yeah.
The Suicide Squad
isekai.
Yeah. I started watching. I only watched like the first episode.
I watched the first 2.
But that was kind of cool. I really liked the way it looked.
It's like
the story's kind of like, I don't know. They're literally isekai into another world. They're fully into another world. It's like magical. You have different like.
But
platforms of like land and stuff.
How do they isekai?
There was some shit with Amanda Waller. They were fucking like,
bro, they like.
No, like she was. I'll say it was like, cause I watched it like probably a month ago now when I watched the episode. So like, cause her and Joker are going for like a joyride or something.
Harley Quinn and Joker.
Yeah. And then they're end up at a bar, and she goes inside, and then they're trying to trap Joker and like kill him and shit. And she's like, "Oh, Joker's skirt." So then Joker dips, and then she gets like caught with like Suicide Squad guys.
So basically, they get told they're going on a mission, right?
And it's gonna reduce their sentence or some shit.
And they like get sent through a portal that sends them to a fantasy world, like a isekai anime world, right? Mm-hmm. And then they're in this world, and there's like 2 warring kingdoms, wherever the fuck, and they're like, essentially, when they land there, they crash, right? And there's like an antenna from their like plane or whatever that sends a signal to their bomb, the bombs on their neck.
So Amanda Waller
like every 48 hours, it sends a signal. So if you're not in the radius of the signal, it's gonna blow up. So because they like crash land or whatever, they get taken in by one of the kingdoms, and they like get thrown in jail. And so then they basically like, you know, dip out of the jail or whatever the fuck, and then the kingdom like is like, okay, we need you guys, help us, you know, like let me enlist you guys, and then you guys can help us, and we can get back to where the plane was, because the plane's like in the middle of the war, right? And so then basically all the characters, they have their regular powers, like Boomerang Dude, Harley Quinn,
Captain Boomerang. Captain Boomerang doesn't have powers though.
No, I know. He's like regular.
He just throws Boomerang.
Yeah, and then there's what's his name? Deadshot.
King Shark.
The King Shark, Deadshot. I think there's one other dude. I can't remember. Oh yeah, Peacemaker.
Yeah.
Yeah. They don't show his face because I think it's actually John Cena, but they're not animating it. I don't think they have the licensing to show his face.
Yo, are you serious?
Bro, watch like
I'm
3
fucking-
episodes. Every single time they cover his face.
Oh, really? Well, he has like the Peacemaker
No,
helmet
first he has a garbage bag.
on.
Then he has his
That's
helmet
so
on,
funny,
and
man.
then every other
That's
time
so
only
funny.
half his
What
face
the
is showing.
fuck?
So I'm like, yo, what are they doing?
But even then, like Harley Quinn doesn't look like any of the like even Peacemaker like they don't have to look like.
No,
these
I know, but
yeah.
I think it's just a joke thing. I don't know.
Oh, maybe that's
But
so funny. Though.
Basically, all of them slowly start gaining magical powers. Like they tap into like mana or whatever, like the energy sources there. And so then like for Harley Quinn, she starts like being able to channel her magic into her body and like strengthen her shit and like
Are you
super
enjoying it?
I only watched the first 2 episodes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but like, you can kind of see with each character their magic applies to them differently. Like King Sharks is like gives him.
Let us watch it.
Word.
Let us watch it.
He's like, no, I'm intrigued.
No,
I'm intrigued.
But
don't do it.
I already watched the first one, but like
Yeah.
I think the art
But,
style
like-
looks pretty cool.
But like, is there like any anime? You know, I mean, any banger going on right now? Because like, you
haven't-
know how every season there's always like that one anime that like pops off. Everybody's talking about it.
I've been
There's-
I've been just recently getting back into like the anime side of shit.
Okay, there's season 3 of Slime.
Oh, okay.
There's that. There's like all the other ones are like random ones. I don't know if you guys would be.
You have to-
down
yeah, you have
watch,
to go
know
through,
what
like,
I mean?
random-
I've
gotta
been
find the
watching. That's
gems.
something I've been watching the random ones. So like one of them's like Osan, who just became a fucking adventurer. And he's like 35 years old, and he just tried to become an adventurer. And in the world, like if you don't train your magic from a young age, it doesn't go up. So he has 0 magic basically. But then he like got trained by like some dudes, right? And he's like, yo, I want to become an adventurer, right? So the dudes that train him, they're all like just B stats, like all S rank, right? But he thought they're all F rank. So then he's like, holy shit, like how strong are fucking like these people at the adventure thing, right? So then his standard for things is like way beyond
what it's
actually like, but he keeps thinking that everyone's just taking it easy on him
There's
because he's
something-
so like low key and doesn't know what
Is
the
it
fuck
One
he's
Punch
doing.
Man or something that's like that too?
Probably.
Or-
There's like that's like a classic anime
There's like a-
trope.
yeah, it's like
it's
a-
a classic
yeah,
anime
yeah,
trope. But yeah, basically
yeah.
he's like going around and he's just like doing adventuring shit, and he's like way stronger than he is, like, you know. And then
So is
there's another one, I parry everything.
Sick.
Does he just like literally parry everything?
You just watch a guy play Elden Ring. parrying
Basically,
everything.
that's what he does. Yeah, no, he basically just parries everything.
Sick.
But it's like he thinks same thing. He's like, yo, I'm just ass, bro. I just parry shit. Like, why do you guys think I'm fucking so sick at stuff? But then everyone's like, holy fuck, how do you parry that?
He's so fast.
Yeah, just watching it. Yo, how do you parry
Yeah,
that?
I'm like, yo, how do you do that, bro?
How you
Let
do
me
that?
learn. Yo, give me that tech. Yeah. There's not much else, bro. Like, the season's been kind of dry.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what it
I mean,
seems
but
like.
we know like October is that heat.
What's coming in October?
Dude, so
Fire Force season 3, Soul Leveling,
Oh
Bleach.
wow! Oh wow!
Bleach.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
What else we got?
We also have Dragon Ball
Dragon Ball
Daimyo.
Daimyo.
Oh fuck that!
Daima.
Yeah.
That's crazy though.
Yeah.
I'm just still not sure about the whole concept.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
Did you get a chance to watch Code Geass?
No,
Oh yeah, that's the season 2.
but that's
I'll
not like
talk
popping
about it
off,
next week.
Okay.
I mean, like even the Code Geass fandoms, like it's just like whoever like rides
Yeah,
for it, like
it's
will
not
watch
like
it.
Yeah.
Like people, nobody's gonna tap into like a random spin-off if they didn't even tap into the
But
original.
good enough to make a movie about it.
Well, yeah, because it's like you have like, dude, they sell merch. Like they're selling shit like
Yeah.
constantly. Where like they do have enough of a fan base, but it's like I don't know if it's a vocal. Flavor.
All right, guys.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, anyways. Yeah, not much coming out this season for anime, but you were saying
So-
Code Geass.
Yeah, like we talked about it last week, so I'll let you watch that again to see where we're at.
Yeah.
I don't want to discuss it. Like the episode 6 did come out and
Mhm.
I watched it, but like episode 6 left me off like, okay, we
Not
need
good
more.
enough.
Like, you know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
there was more progression with with Rose and like Ash
Yeah.
Phoenix,
Yeah.
and it was more like, you know how I told you how like that's not actually the brother.
Mm-hmm.
It's more like, okay, like does he know that he's being manipulated? Because
Mhm.
now he's like
Mhm.
he has like internal contacts in
Yeah,
the Neo
'cause-
Britannian Force.
Sometimes you don't know you're being manipulated, you know?
Yeah. So there's like the Neo Britannian Force, and basically like Rose is like
What? Yo, I'm just listening to this guy, bro.
Rose is kind of like, yo, what the hell? Like, I've been thinking this guy is like hasn't been in contact with these people,
Yeah.
and so now they're, and Rose finds out that like, okay, my brother's actually not the one that killed my dad, because that
Right,
was the whole
right.
point of doing the Gyasan was like,
Right,
you killed my dad, I'm gonna manipulate you and then eventually kill you because fuck
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, fuck.
So
you.
now he's like, oh shit, like wait, you didn't kill my dad, so like whose plot was that? And they have like their own like it was somebody else's thing that like yeah.
Okay,
So like
word.
they've been layering the potential with each episode, and like you didn't get to hear what I said last time, so like whatever. But yeah,
Gachiakutas.
yo, I caught up on maybe like 25, 30 chapters. Remember how like it was getting a lot of heat, and we talked about it in our chat where like yo, like Gachiakuta is getting a lot of heat right now, like everyone's fucking like hopping on. Yo, there's a reason for that. Remember our theory, like the Watchmen series, like Rudo's like lineage and everything like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
No.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah.
We heard it here first.
Like
You
wait. Well, you can't. Don't even stamp it.
what?
Go read the chapters first.
Why can't we stamp it?
Yeah,
We call
we
it.
called it,
No,
bro.
but like it's a little bit like more than that. It's not like exact to what
Alright.
we were saying, but like,
Alright.
Yeah, but like,
they-
we're not the author, you know.
but essentially like
He just sends us like a little cliff note.
But they like,
version.
yo, it brought me back in. Like I was just like fiending for chapter after chapter, and then I was just like, and then when I got to the end, it was like 106 is not out yet. I was like, fuck, I gotta wait.
106.
Yeah, it hit 100, bro.
That's
It
crazy.
hit over.
I think I fell off like
Shout
chapter
out.
70.
Yeah, around the 78 to 80 is where I stopped.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that shit is going pretty fucking well.
Nice.
And then and there's even like
That's good to hear, though.
there's a lot of things to draw from as well, because
That's
like
good to hear.
the city where like they get like their brushes, the brush city.
Yeah. The graffiti city.
before they
Graffiti
started their fight.
dome
So you remember all that, right?
Yeah.
So she's having like her ceremony to become like
The next.
the next person.
Yeah.
And you see like this wall of graffiti of like how every predecessor did the graffiti, and it's like different, like it looks like monsters, and in my opinion it makes it seem like where did they pull this from? Like was this like, are we gonna see this again like in the future, like a trash beast?
Like it
or,
looks like a mural of like history that happened or whatever.
yeah,
right?
so I'm like it's kind of like, that's why like you guys gotta catch up.
Like aberrant beast, right?
Yeah. Bless you.
There you.
I was wondering this, just random thoughts, you know, like sometimes just like, you know, like Shonen Jump's kind of like after like My Hero's done, Black Clover's already out of it, Jujutsu Kaisen's kind of in it, like we know for sure now it's in its final stages. One Piece is in the final stages.
Gachakuta's picking up.
No, I was like, why don't they move some of these? Because they're also weekly. They just come out on the Monday.
Yeah.
Why don't they just move them to the actual Shonen Jump? It's not like they're like dark or like not like appropriate.
What were they initially on?
They're on Shonen Jump Plus, no? Like they come out
are they?
digitally, not like actually as in a magazine.
But maybe it's because the magazine's only like picked up by like only few people really pick up like the magazine. Like we picked it up like just to have it. Not a lot of people do that just to have it.
Yeah, but just to keep that magazine kind of like pumping, and because like what else is in the magazine?
Potentially
right now?
you could, because then it's like that's like more money and like that you have to pay to like be on the magazine, and people might not even pick it up, might not even get that payout. Whereas like if you
but they're already like pre-established now, right? Like they have their fan base.
Kind of, but like now that it's already like the way it's been like coming out is like, why would you switch it up and only have like only have like the last arc really be physical like that on Shonen Jump?
I guess, but like
right. Whereas like One Piece has been on like Shonen Jump since like forever.
But like Shonen Jump's kind of dying, bro.
Oh yeah, 100% is. But like if it's already dying with like Shonen Jump on there,
they only
like,
have Kagurabachi left.
Shonen Jump, fucking One Piece on there. But like,
what else do they
is
have?
Kagurabachi on there?
Yeah,
I don't know what else is on there.
Yeah.
No, there's new ones.
But
There's that new one. Fuck, what is it called?
It's too accessible to like get leaks and shit online. That like we really only bought it there because we were in Japan then. You wouldn't be buying it on a weekly basis.
No, I feel like there's still a culture of people who buy it weekly.
Maybe, but it's like, what do you do with like you run out of book space eventually? Like
No, but they subscribe to like Viz,
I know.
and then Viz you can read it online.
No, I got that. But I'm saying we're talking about the physical editions. Like, why would you even grab the physical if you can read it online, right? It's, like, certain things, like, it makes sense. But yeah.
Yeah. It's just that, like, because these aren't technically a part of the Shonen Jump magazine.
Yeah.
They're, like, their own thing. So when I was just like, they're still under the same company. So if they wanted to keep, like, one magazine living, their main one, then why not just ask to move
that's
a
true.
couple? Like, you put Dan to Dan on it, you put one on it.
I assume, like, they have the different ones because it's for different fans. Like, it needs to, like, there's a specific niche that hits, like, Shonen
like,
Jump
for
Plus,
example, I
and,
thought,
like,
with Chainsaw Man, it was because, like, it was gruesome and it was, like,
JJK is kind of like JJK is, like, not really that dark, but it does have
borders
those themes.
at times.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
It does.
but like for example,
like Mimi? Sorry.
Yeah, but like with like Chainsaw Man, like they moved it particularly because it was like inappropriate.
Oh,
and,
100%.
like, whatever, like like whatever the reasons were. But then you have like mangas like Dan to Dan that I don't necessarily think that like borders any of those.
That should be on Shonen Jump.
It should be on Shonen Jump.
Sakamoto
Gachiakuta,
is.
I think it's on Shonen Jump.
Okay, yeah.
But part of it could also be, like, the longevity of that anime. Where, like, do you think Dan
Well,
to
you
Dan...
don't think the authors are like committed to like a long term
Well,
ordeal?
because you have to, like, you're gonna have to, like, sign like a contract with Shonen Jump of, like,
I guess, yeah.
for however long.
Yeah.
And now, like, if the manga at the beginning thinks, like, yo, like, I can't sign on for, like, 100+ chapters, because I think there's, like, that's where, like, they have, like, a frame of, like, how many chapters you have to sign on for. Whereas, like, One Piece, Bleach, Naruto, when they were picked up, like, they were able to easily be like, oh, like 250+ or like whatever, like, sign on for it, so that way, like, Shonen Jump had, like, that viewership. Whereas, like, I haven't seen Dan to Dan's, but, like, do you think it's one of those that's gonna go long?
I mean, potentially. I mean, it's already past like 130 something chapters or something.
Oh, nice.
And how far is the story, though, in terms of, like, where you think it might end up? Halfway?
I guess. Like, I feel like we're starting to get, like, I think the last chapter I read, they asked, like, they started talking about what Dan to Dan actually means. Like, do you know what Dan to Dan is? Was, like, the question at the end of the chapter.
Okay.
So, and I feel like we're starting to get into, like, the nitty-gritties of the story.
Okay, but so that could be, like, the main thing is, like, when they first sign on is, like, you know, what are you signing on for? Like, how long are you signing on for? Because, like, even Attack on Titan only made it, like, to, like, 130, 140 chapters. Yeah. Like, a lot of these, Chainsaw Man, like, we didn't even know we were getting a part 2 until after part 1. Like he could literally just finished it with part 1.
Yeah,
and that would have been, like, 98-ish, 93-ish chapters. So, like, all those kind of make sense to me. And then JJK is what, like, it's at 252 now? Right? So maybe that's why. And, like, it's about to end. It'll probably end by, like, 300, 315 or something like that. Yeah.
That's true. It's just like a curiosity thing if, like, they really do care about, like, this magazine dying or not. Why not just ask one of the other ones to move forward?
Now that you're saying, like, Gachiakuta's on there, like, Gachiakuta, not Gachiakuta, fucking Kagurabachi. You were saying Kagurabachi's on Shonen Jump. Yeah. So maybe, like, that has that, like, scope to it. Because especially, like, the way it's been, like,
I
progressing
definitely think so.
But the thing is, like, it's been progressing so fast right now. But, like, in terms of how big the world is, like, you don't, like, his goal is to, like, get his swords back for his dad, but, like, he can, the type of character he is, like, and the way the world is, he can stumble into other things. Like, the newest chapter, there was one sword that, like, he's trying to get back that, like, his dad never told him anything, like, no powers, nothing, and he just kept it locked up, and they actually sealed it. And, like, that whole, they just finished, like, a whole arc where these guys are trying to auction off his sword, like, this specific sword, but the way the swords work is until you kill the previous user, it doesn't free itself for you to use it. So then, like, they're trying to use it and they're trying to sell it off and whatever, and he ends up making, like, a deal with somebody else for them to take the sword, which normally you think, like, he's so hot-headed or whatever, and he wants the sword for himself. He's like orchestrating a deal with somebody else where, like, he's like, yo, you hold on to the sword, we're gonna, like, later on when your role is done with the sword, then give me the sword back. So it's like there's, like, so much potential for, like, where this is actually gonna head to. Yeah. Because he's also learning more about his dad as he's collecting the swords. Yeah. So it might not even end, like, him just collecting. Like, maybe
The story could go further than
yeah,
the
and maybe he
swords.
does, and maybe he does get the swords at the very end. Like eventually, like he has the swords at the end, but like they can go in so many different ways.
It could be like a thing where like there's an overarching villain that has one of the swords, and like he doesn't get it back until like the final.
Yeah, and like the way like the magic's been displayed so far, like they're tapping into so many different things. Like I told you guys last time how there was like a whole alternate like subspace where it's like a pocket dimension.
Mm-hmm.
So like that's like it's the same arc that they just finished.
Right.
But yeah, so like maybe that's what's happening with that. Yeah.
I mean, then like it kind of leaves Shonen Jump magazine right now with Kagurabachi, Sakamoto Days, The Elusive Samurai, One Piece, Mashal's on it, I think.
Oh really?
No.
Mashal's done, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Damn, all of them are done.
Yeah, Dutch said he finished reading Mashal.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
Damn, they're all done then.
There's gonna be a new wave coming in though.
We'll see.
New artists.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
I mean, like from
Is JoJo's?
No. JoJo doesn't come out like that.
I guess Hunter x Hunter comes out whenever sporadically it's gonna come out. So
if it still holds that spot,
it does hold the spot.
It might still hold that spot.
It still holds the spot.
All right. Let's talk about D.Gray Man.
Yeah, guys.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Lobby.
Yeah, we finally got this guy back. Not in the same way. But we got him back.
Yeah, we got him back. Yeah. We got somewhat of him back, I guess. Something.
So my interpretation is Lavi was friends with Nia.
Okay.
This would going into like the theory of like Lavi might be Cross Marion, especially with the eye patch, and this version of Lavi has a scar where Cross Marion has his eye patch.
Right. And
he's got the long hair, and he very much looks like he'd be a younger version of him.
Yeah.
So like,
and considering that like
they both wear glasses.
No, but also considering that he's like Bookman Jr. and Lavi, the current Lavi, has red hair. It's like, and if they're son related, then that means he would also have red hair, meaning Cross Marion also has red hair.
There's red hair.
People have already made that
red hair shank.
So people have already made that establishment with like previous Lavi, because also his eye patch and his hair. Like people have already made that connection. Yeah. But there was no basis behind the connection.
Yeah, it was just like kind of pulling at strings.
Yeah. But now it's like, okay, like these guys both know Nia somehow.
Yeah. And like I think timeline wise, it's starting to add up too, because it makes sense if Cross Marion kind of or the Lavi that we see with the baby Alan becomes Cross Marion from this point forward.
Yeah.
And then just like watches over him type of thing.
Yeah. And then there's like the way that Alan's memories are not his own, it's like Lavi's memories are not really his own. And even like when we were reading it, there was actually like there was that panel of like light in the darkness, and then you saw Nia, and they had like a narrator box of like like it was kind of like who is this person? He reminds me of like a light in the darkness, like if you guys remember that.
It was I remember
that. Kind of reminded me of when they're like back in like this like the show, when when they're in the Noah's Ark and Alan guys are making their way fighting each of the Noahs, and they're eventually getting to like that dinner table. They're walking up a set of stairs, and Lavi's looking at Alan, and he's also having like the similar like thought process, and you have like the light kind of like beaming in his face, but it's like the light's coming like this, and it's going past Alan, and he's like, like, why does it remind me like this guy's like a destroyer of time, and he's having like his own little thought process there. So it's like I thought it was like mimicking that, where it's like, okay, so maybe the way that Alan and Lavi are like Alan's like this baby form of like what he used to be. Obviously, like we got that in the current chapter of like how he transformed. Lavi might have had his own like change, because like
wait, so you think, but we think the Lavi in his memories is Cross Marion.
So going off,
then the new Lavi is just Lavi.
So if Lavi is actually like the same way Alan was supposed to be like he was himself like a different Alan before.
Yeah.
Lavi would have been Cross Marion, but the distinction happened where like he no longer wanted to be Bookman, and especially because in this chapter he's like, why am I just sitting on the sidelines not doing shit? Like, why am I recording history? Like, for what? So then, so if Cross Marion like had like made that like distinction,
so he split.
So he might either split himself, or he might have like that. responsibility of him being the next Bookman successor, he might have thrown that on to Lavi. So cause like Crossmarine knows a bunch of spells, and the closest thing to like those spells is kind of like how the way Lavi and Bookman do their spells.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so we've kind of just been chalking it up to like innocence, but like I don't know how, like, their spells are a little bit different, right?
Yeah.
So I could see him either like, maybe it's that whatever portion of him that is a Bookman, he had to like separate it and like give it into a baby, or maybe he like just stamped a baby like, nah, you're the next guy. Like, you know what, or like you know what I mean? Like, I don't know like how the spell works or what, but like I can totally see that.
Because the way that Lavi and the like older Lavi and older Alan had each other, he's like, I want Junior Lavi and Junior Alan to have each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's kind of like that, but it's like you could say that Lavi was basically drawn towards Alan in that way because they have this history that like they're not really like they're not aware of it, but like the closest thing is like when Kanda, like with his second exorcist program, he was kind of getting like fleeting memories of his old life, and he was getting connected to Alma when Alma was actually like his wife from like the past or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So they were kind of always like in like connected like that. So it's kind of like the same thing. Yeah. So like that'd be kind of cool, and we're like, I'm eating, I'm munching. Like this is.
Also, we got the origin of how Alan like got his innocence.
Yeah, like Apocrypha's pulled up on him and just full on
blew
was
his arm off.
Take this shit. Like, like it's like you're playing with like a Transformers toy.
Yeah, you just like unplug
or like a Megazord,
arm.
like a Megazord that you just fucking chucking it in.
Yeah.
But it's weird that it like how it like aged or de-aged him, like turned him backwards.
Well, I thought he continued to do whatever the fuck he was doing, being a freaky fuck, and just continued to transform Alan.
You think so?
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
I thought maybe like
it didn't look like that was like completely.
Do you think it's because of the way the innocence had to bond with him that he had to revert his age, so it like it synchronizes better?
Yeah,
maybe. Or I was thinking like, you know how it's a parasite innocence, so it takes so much out of you.
So it was like
it like took
so like part like kind of like together where it's like because it's a parasite, like it's like it had to like de-age him to a point where it could actually latch on properly.
It like took his age and it aged and he like became a kid again.
I don't know if the way they established parasites before.
Yeah.
I think it was like they don't really live a long life because it's constantly draining them. Like but the advantage they get is that like whenever demons like try to kill them, the parasite will eat up that like spread of like demon shit and they'll survive. So I'm not too sure about that. Maybe like Alan's like 15, 17. Like he's young as fuck too.
No.
He's like 57.
Yeah.
Like hey, like current Alan is like 15, you know.
No, it was a good chapter.
It was a good chapter. Especially the way the last one left off.
It just sucks always being in a flashback.
Yeah.
Sometimes. I'm loving it. So
no, like obviously it's good because like it's stuff that we don't know.
Yeah.
And like these flashbacks that we've been getting have been like very impactful and meaningful to the characters and like all the lore and plot that we've been missing this whole time that we've been waiting to get like revealed.
Yeah.
So like, obviously like it's
going
good
and it's going way deeper with it.
Yeah.
Than like expected.
It's good. It just still sucks that like you're back to back flashbacks. Like
that's true. But like. Yeah, I feel like a lot of like the original story was just like no flashbacks, like just like pure like this is the world, this is what you're in, like this the like and you're and they're literally grabbing their forces and like you're learning about all that shit. Yeah. So it's kind of like the
opposite.
Yeah. Instead of getting like the flashbacks throughout,
we're getting them all at once.
Yeah, we're just fucking getting it now. Like
because then they still have to go to the mansion. And there's probably going to be a small flashback there.
That's okay, though. I'm fucking with it.
3 back-to-back flashback arcs.
Like, I mean, like, because, like, the D.Gray Man community is, like, not that big. So, a lot of these theories that I've been, like, seeing and stuff, like, they've been coming to, like, fruition.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like everyone just kind of, like, they're all, like, locked in, where it's just, like, okay, like, this would be, like, we know the way she writes. We know, like, and she still kind of, like, throws an extra shit of like, yo, what? Like the pillar, the owl order, and like all this shit. You're like, oh fuck, right? So like, I kind of fuck with that.
What's her name again?
Hoshino.
Okay, word.
I think it's Katsura or Kitsura.
Something like
Hoshino.
that.
Yeah.
All right. Jujutsu Kaisen.
Jujutsu my Kaisen.
this is our Jujutsu Kaisen.
That's kind of how this chapter felt.
No.
Kind of.
No.
Just a little bit.
No.
It felt like if it
was Naruto.
Okay, it felt like it was getting talk no jutsus a little
but
bit.
It did not.
It didn't though.
It
but
did not.
but the way like as I was reading it, I was like, yo, this better not end up the way I feel like it's gonna end.
No,
up.
but Sukuna sticks to his character and he's like, nah,
Yeah,
fuck with
yeah.
that.
Like,
also-
I
don't
get
give
what you're trying to do,
Yeah.
but like, nah.
like stop giving me the speech, man.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
No, and then Yuji's like, yeah, all right,
I'll kill you then.
let me kill
Yeah.
you then. And then he's like, yo, bet. Try
That's
me.
raw as fuck too.
Yeah, when he's like, yo, try me. I was
No,
like,
the
yo, that's
Yuji,
crazy.
yeah, Yuji
You
sitting
do
and
raw
then
as
like
fuck to do
just
that.
like looking at him and saying, fine, then I'll just kill you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's having the okay, like we don't know if it's a domain or not.
It
That
is.
definitely has
It probably
something to
is.
do with
It
his
probably
domain.
is his domain, but
Yeah.
like even like Sukuna's like, yo, like they don't really know if it's his domain, right?
No,
way the
I think
conversation went, they
Yuji
didn't re-
doesn't know how it works.
Because he's like, it just
but I
kind of
think
happened.
he knows that like that's his domain.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I feel like we talked about this before. Is like when you get your domain, what is it? And I was like talking about how it's like almost like an epiphany.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It just kind of
Mhm.
like sparks upon
Mhm.
you, and
Yeah,
then,
yeah.
like, that's it. So like that's probably
So
what
that's
happened.
fair, yeah. But like them having that conversation, like normally, like like as I was reading it, you were thinking, like the place that same way Sukuna felt, where like Yuji, like you're saying all this shit, but I could fuck you up. But then eventually he's like, wait, like as they're having the conversation, he's like, wait, like you're pitying me?
Mhm.
Like you think you can fuck me up the way you like? He's like, there's no way you're like, he's like, there's no way you're that ballsy that like you think that like you're in a position to fuck me up. So you're having this conversation to like save me in a way.
So there, yeah. So like, you know how like this whole time and like we kind of got a little bit more, I guess, when he popped his domain, his hand signs meant
Oh, yeah.
something to do with like the
Yeah.
Buddhists.
Yeah.
Because he had his middle fingers up.
Yeah.
And then the way that this chapter went and how he was talking about what his role is.
Yeah.
It definitely started to sound more like the direction that they're going with Yuji's character is like he's supposed to be the one that leads people to like the promised land essentially.
Okay.
So what he tried to do with Sukuna in that moment was to lead them to the promised land. Sukuna said no,
Okay.
so he's like, bet, I'll fucking kill you then.
But he
Oh,
okay,
okay.
word. But he also like in his talk, they go through like all 4 seasons, eh? In that like because eventually it gets to Christmas, like it starts like
Oh, did it?
yeah. The way
Oh.
the way they were talking is
Mhm.
like the indication of because I saw
'Cause you
somebody
had-
I
you
saw
had-
somebody analyze it and they were like, yo, like this shows that it was spring because these flowers bloom.
Okay.
Because they
In
talk about
spring.
these
Well,
flowers.
because you had Sukuna in Yuji's body when they were in the domain.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it was like he was no longer in Megami's body.
Yeah,
So you're like, hey,
but-
how did that happen, right?
But then so then eventually it's like the progression of like the 4 seasons.
Okay.
Yeah. And then it's just like, you know, how like change and stuff, like how people change. So then it was like, because he was trying to show basically, the whole chapter is trying to show Sukuna like humanity.
Change. Yeah.
And he's like, yo, this is the good parts of humanity.
Yeah.
And he's like, nah, like fuck humans.
Yeah.
And he's like, I fuck you too. Like, you know? So, I
But
mean.
also, how was his domain able to override like what Sukuna looks like? Like that feels so.
But that could
like,
be consciousness though. Like
mhm,
like that's what like Sukuna actually looks like basically
I guess.
before he goes into his High-Era form. Like
maybe.
if he
I mean, we know that they're lineage wise, like they are basically
Yeah.
Brothers.
nephew,
Ne-
like
yeah,
uncle and nephew,
uncle,
right?
nephew,
So
yeah.
like they're the lineage wise, like it's there, like where
Yeah.
he looks at
Yeah.
least somewhat similar to Yuji.
Mhm.
because like I mean we don't really know, but like High-Era Sukuna like
We don't know what
Is
he looks
that-
like before he four-armed and
yeah, and does he
two-faced
and
shit.
does he have to transform? Like he's not casually just walking on 4 arms. Is he?
Mhm.
No, I think he was.
He
Was
was.
he?
Well, when he
That flashback with
with,
what's her face, Megumi's sister
the girl
that
who
took.
gave the gift.
Yeah, but was that casual? Him? That's,
Yeah,
that
he was
him?
just sitting there. Yeah, with
Yoryuza.
Yoryuza, he was
Yeah.
just
He had
casually
4
sitting there with forearms.
Forearms.
Oh.
Yeah, like yeah.
Okay.
Like yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
like yeah, like yeah, yeah.
Okay.
No, but like I do think that that's kind of like the direction with Yuji's character is like he's supposed. There's more to it than just like leading somebody to promised land.
because he values
because
life like that.
It
too.
ties a lot into like the Buddhist theme that they're going with, like how like it's like the 10 Buddhas or something. I don't know. There's
Yeah,
like
which one is he supposed to represent though? Is it that same one?
It's the one that is supposed to take you to the promised land.
Oh, so that's okay. Yeah. Because I was gonna read up on it, but I'm like, I know much already read up on that shit.
I
so, like-
didn't. I just saw like a quick thing about it. I was like,
God,
okay.
Lacked.
Yo,
He
because
lagged,
he
bro.
sent it in the chat, and I was like, okay, he probably read this already. Like, I'm gonna let him explain
Oh.
this to me. You know?
No,
Mhm.
no, I do like it, the way that chapter went. It definitely felt like that's what Yuji's role now is, rather than just like how he always thought he was just like a clog in in the
machine.
gears or whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
Now he actually has like a role.
So, what are we thinking about this domain actually now?
No curse technique, only hands.
You still think it's only hands?
Been saying it's only hands, and you have to subscribe.
I think it's the opposite of only hands.
I think Yuji has like a massive leverage on Sukuna right now, especially if he just confidently goes, I can kill you right now.
So what do you think? Like, what's?
I think
they never gave us anything about it. Like, no indication on what it really is.
You know how like Higgy had his like courtroom, and you couldn't do any violence in it. I think it's something like that, where like maybe
You think?
Maybe like YujI's and Sukuna, it's like about like unwavering and wavering faith. So like whoever can get swayed. Maybe.
Well, shit, we know Yuji wins that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, cause like he's he's gonna stick to his shit. Whereas Sukuna, like, the reason why he's having this conversation is he's trying to sway him.
He's trying. Well, Sukuna's also trying to figure that shit out. He wasn't sure what he was in. He was like, "Is this your domain? Is it not your domain? Like, what's going on?"
So like, he's very like in his head, like over calculating things and shit and whatever. So like, if his presence gets like swayed in one direction or the other, like maybe that's how.
Well, he's also somebody that really doesn't give a fuck about anything, in the sense of like nobody was able to make him care about shit. You know what I mean? So if like somebody can make him care about something, then he's gonna be swayed. Like,
and then you could take that in so many different ways of how like you get swayed with that.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean, like, do you guys think he could also do because the beginning of this show or like the manga, he was like basically beating everyone in every like track and field event.
Oh yeah, Yuji.
Do you think they have a track and field domain?
He's like, you track meet?
It just lines up with the
Olympics.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
The Olympics, yeah.
That's wild, man.
You have your 100-meter dash.
That's so random. Yeah. That's whack, though.
Why? That'd be so funny. That'd be hilarious.
It's just like, bro, what the fuck?
You have your speed walking event.
He had like the ball, like the disc throw.
just the premature. Man, nah, that's whack. I would like, but I feel like, cause like this way we kind of get that conversation. It's a way to like, it's part of his domain. And it's a way for the battle to go forward and still have that conversation where we're getting more insight into like each of the characters.
I feel like with Yuji's character a lot, it really built more on his character and him as a main character.
Yeah, that way you don't have to like double up and do both.
So like, what's happening with the merger then? Like, is that even gonna happen? Like,
well,
do you think he's gonna get rotated? Like,
we've been saying that's his like trump card.
Yeah. I thought he tried pulling it out before the domain.
No.
Did he not try?
No.
No, Yuji pulled the domain pretty fast.
Yeah.
It was random too.
Okay.
You're just like, fuck it, domain expansion.
Yeah, we'll see. Okay. No, because he asked him, like, yo, do you want, like, I'm asking you to come back into my body. How do you think that plays out? Like, do you think maybe it's a condition if he agrees to it?
I think Yuji genuinely took pity on Sukuna.
Yeah. That was the question.
He was like, fine, I'll let you live if you come to my body, but just give up Megumi.
Okay.
And like, I'll let you live,
but you think Yuji's gonna, like, be able to kill Megumi?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At this point, he has
I think he doesn't give a fuck at this point.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, I still think that like Gojo left them with the plan or an idea of what his plan was to save Megumi. I don't, and we know Yuji had a plan too, because he did walk up in that.
He's been doing those black flashes, like separating that soul barrier. And stuff.
He also did walk up into that room and say, "I have a plan to save Megumi." So like, he has his own plan. We know Gojo, or I don't know, we don't know, but like he probably should have had a plan, like he is Gojo.
No, yeah.
I kind of feel like even if whether Sukuna agreed or not, the reason like him asking Sukuna was because like had he agreed, he wouldn't forcefully split them.
Yeah.
But because of like how he's been cutting that barrier between them, whatever's happening in this domain, like especially like the swaying and stuff, it's gonna lead to him being able to cut them.
Yeah.
Like I think it's gonna happen regardless. Like, and this way it was just like his way of like, give me your consent, otherwise I'm fucking doing it.
He's asking Sukuna for consent.
That's crazy.
Basically though, like it was just like, yo, like join up with me and I won't have to kill you, versus if I'm gonna forcefully do it, you're gonna end up dying.
Yeah.
This sounds like a villain.
He's
kind of. It's like it's an ultimatum though. Kind of like it's like yeah.
But like how like that's always like the villain trope is like join me or I'll kill you.
Kind of. Yeah. But that's like but it's like done differently. Yeah. That's how I feel, because I'm like.
Well, I mean, Yuji's whole thing is probably gonna be take Sukuna and kill himself.
Yeah.
leads both of them to the promised land.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways,
I think that's it, right? You guys got anything else to add?
I think that's all
No.
the anime stuff that that's all we've got.
Yeah. That's
Nice.
all that we had. Thank you guys for watching. Go in our comments. Let us know what you guys thought about the chapters, episodes. If you guys have any anime recommendations or mangas to pick up or anything, if you want to just ask about my day, I would appreciate that as well. I'm very lonely. If you'd like to go in our description, we have our TikTok and our Twitter, Instagram, coming never. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notifications, and thank you guys for watching.
Holy,
Peace.
all in one breath.